Shall we start the session, ma'am? Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'll start with the welcome address, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
Good evening to all respected dignitaries, resource person, faculty members, researchers, scholars, and participants. On the behalf of the Indian Society of Research and Development Professionals, ISRDP, and SKIGC Academy, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural session of our multi-domain 7 days faculty development program on interdisciplinary AI-driven innovations and digital transformation across disciplines. In today's rapidly evolving technological era, artificial intelligence and digital transformations are reshaping every academic and professional fields. This FDP has been thoughtfully designed to provide a platform for knowledge sharing, interdisciplinary collaborations, innovation, and academic enrichment. We are honored to have with us today's distinguished speaker, Ms. S.R.Resmi, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of MCA, KMCT College of Engineering, Kozhikode, Kerala. Ma'am's expertise and academic contribution in the field will surely provide a valuable insights and inspiration to all the participants. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to the organizers. Once again, I welcome you all to this program. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am. Screen is visible, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to all. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to be part of this FTP session. Today, I'm going to talk about innovative teaching strategies through AI. Students are changing rapidly, so teachers also need to adopt new teaching approaches to make learning more engaging and effective. In this session, we will discuss how teaching is evolving and how we can adopt our methods to suit modern learners. Let me briefly outline the agenda for today's session. First, we will start with an introduction and then need for change in education. Then we will discuss 21st century teaching and learning skills and understand today's learners. After that, we will see personalized learning and the role of AI in education. We will also discuss innovative teaching strategies used in modern classrooms. Next, we will look at how teachers can adapt to these educational changes. Then we will discuss the outcome of these methods and future of education. Finally, we will conclude the session's key points. Let's move into introduction. We know that education today is evolving very rapidly. It is not same as before. Technology, student expectations, and industry needs have changed the way we teach and learn. One major change we can see today is that a shift from a teacher-centered learning to learner-centered learning. Earlier, we know that teacher was the main source of knowledge, but now students actively participate in classrooms, explore ideas, and learn with proper guidance from teachers. Here, technology is also playing a major role in changing classrooms. We know that digital tools, online platforms, and artificial intelligence are changing the way of teaching style, assessment of students, and classroom interactions, etc. At the same time, today's students learn differently compared to previous generations. That means they prefer visual interactions, interactive technologies, and technology based learning methods rather than only traditional lecture methods. Because of these changes, personalized learning is becoming more important. Every student has different abilities, different learning styles, interests, so teaching methods should also be changed accordingly. This creates a strong need for innovative teaching strategies that can improve student engagement, participation, and learning outcomes. In this situation, AI is playing an important role. That means it is supporting personalized learning and improving the overall teaching and learning process. Now let us understand why there is a strong need for change in education today. One of the major reasons is that change in education, that is the transformation happening under the NEP policy, National Education Policy 2020. NEP 2020 gives importance to learner-centered, flexible and multidisciplinary education. This means education is slowly moving away from rigid traditional methods to more flexible and student-friendly learning environments. Because of this change, we need innovative and learner-centered teaching practices. Traditional classrooms are also changing due to technology and changing student expectations. Modern learners need more engagement, interaction, and participation in classrooms instead of only passive learning. That means just listening the classrooms. We know that early students mainly depend on textbook and classroom teaching for learning, no other sources other than this. But today, in the 21st century, students have access to unlimited online resources, videos, AI tools, and digital platforms. Information is available everywhere. They can prefer online education rather than classroom education. So, what to do? Students need to focus classroom education. We additionally give some skills other than online education, or we have to engage them full time in our classroom. This is a challenge. How to engage classroom effectively, how to give outcome properly, we will discuss more about in coming slides. So the bigger change is the focus on skill-oriented education. Today, education is not focused only in theoretical knowledge, but also on practical skills and real-world application. Skills are creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration are becoming very important for students in modern society. All these changes clearly show that personalized learning is becoming essential in education today. So, to meet these new educational needs, teachers must adapt their teaching methods and use more innovative approaches in the classroom. Now, let us compare traditional teaching methods with the modern teaching approaches. We all know that the methods. So, just for a comparison, I added this to slide. In traditional teaching, the classroom is mainly teacher-centered, where the teacher explains the topic and the student mostly listen. But in the modern teaching, the classroom becomes learner-centered, where students actively participate in the learning process. Traditional teaching leads to passive learning because students mainly receive information without much interaction. But in modern education, it focuses on active learning, where students think, discuss, ask questions, and participate in activities. Another one important difference is traditional teaching usually follows the syllabus, but modern teaching support personalized learning, where teaching methods can be adjusted based on student needs and learning styles. Similarly, in traditional classrooms, teaching is mainly done through chalk and talk methods. Modern classrooms use technology based and digital tools, videos, multimedia, and online platforms. Traditional education is mostly exam oriented and focus mainly on marks and memorization. But modern education gives importance to skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, communication, real world application of knowledge. Traditional classrooms also have limited interaction, while modern classrooms encourage collaborative learning where students. So overall, teaching methods are evolving we can clearly see a shift from teacher-driven classrooms to more interactive, flexible, and student-centered learning environments. Now, let us understand the characteristics of modern learners. We should identify the characteristics of modern learners. Today's students are digital natives, which means they have grown up using technology and digital devices from their young age. One important thing we can notice is that today's students often have a shorter attention span. They are actively doing their shorts, videos, etc. So their attention span is very short. That means they can't sit attentively in 1 hour or 45 minutes continuously in our traditional classroom hours. So many studies and educational discussions suggest that the attention span of students has reduced significantly in the digital era. That means around 10 to 15 minutes only. Their attention span is around 10 to 15 minutes only. After 15 or 20 minutes, they will showing so one major reason is the increased use of short form digital content. That means reels, short, quick scrolling media. That means from that short time they can consume information very for potentially discussion. They can need some ideas, so innovative gaming strategies. Then only they can attentively participate in the classroom. So modern examples and another common characteristics is multitasking behavior. We know that students are used to doing multiple activities at the same time, such as checking mobile phones while studying, attending online classes. They also expect immediate feedback also. That means students today prefer quick response to their questions and instant evaluation of their performance. If they didn't get any feedback, they will be disturbed. What is the result? How I fail or pass? That is the problem. So feedback is the another important concern. In addition, modern learners strongly depend on mobile devices and the internet for learning, communication, and access information. So it is very important for teachers to understand these characteristics of modern learners. Then this clearly shows that traditional teaching methods alone may not be enough today, and we need more engaging, interactive, and flexible teaching approaches to meet the needs of modern students. In today's world, education is not only about gaining knowledge. In today's world means 21st century, but also it needs about developing important skills needed for real life and future careers. These are called the 21st century teaching and learning skills. Critical thinking helps students think clearly, analyze information, and make method decisions. That is critical thinking. Then creativity encourages students to think differently and come up with new ideas and solutions. Then another one is communication skills. It helps students express their ideas clearly in both speaking and writing. Another one is collaboration. It's also important because students need to work together in teams and learn from each other. Next one is problem solving ability. It helps students handle real world challenges with confidence and effort. Next one is digital literacy. It is another essential skill today. Students should know how to use technology and digital tools effectively for learning and working. Then adaptability and lifelong learning are important because the world is changing very quickly. So students must continue learning throughout their lives. Similarly, motivation and self-awareness will help students to understand their strength, weakness, and improve themselves. So they stay focused on their goals. So another one is innovative and entrepreneurship encourage. That means it encourages students to take responsibility and think independently and explore new opportunities. Next one is skill is accessing and analyzing information. Students should know how to find correct information, which one is correct or not, and how to use it properly. So analyzing information is very important. And leadership skill is also important. It will help the student guide others, make decisions, and take responsibility in group activities. Finally, collaboration across network is important in today's connected world, where people work with others from different places and cultures using digital platforms. Overall, these skills help students become more confident, capable, and ready for future careers and life challenges. Now let us look at learning styles. Learning styles which help us understand that different students learn in different ways. According to Cox's learning styles, learners can be divided into 4 types. The first type is diverging learners. These students learn mainly through observation. They prefer to watch, listen, think before doing something. For example, they like demonstrations, discussions, and observing examples before trying themselves. The second type is assimilating learners. That means these learners prefer concept theories and logical explanations. They are comfortable with lectures, diagrams, and structured learning methods. And the third type is converging learners. These students learn through practical applications. They enjoy solving problems and applying ideas in practical situations. For example, they like lab work, technical activities, and problem solving tasks. Then last fourth one is accommodating learners. These learners prefer hands-on experience and learning by doing. They enjoy project experiments and real-world activities. So the main idea here is that every student learns differently. This clearly shows the importance of personalized learning, where teaching methods can be adjusted based on individual learner needs and preferences. Now let us understand the concept of personalized learning, which is an important part of modern education. Personalized learning means teaching based on the individual needs of each student instead of using the same teaching method for everyone. Learning is adjusted according to how each student learns. For example, in a classroom, some students may understand a topic very quickly, while others may need more explanation or extra practice. In personalized learning, teachers can provide additional support to students who need and allow faster learners to move ahead. This approach also gives students flexibility in learning. One student may learn better through videos, another through reading, and another through practical activities or hands-on learning. So personalized learning is mainly student-centered, where focus is more on the learner and their needs. It also helps teachers to identify the strength and weakness of students. For example, if a student is good in theory but weak in problem solving, so the teacher can provide more practice questions to improve that skill. Because of this approach, students feel more involved and connected to the learning process, which improves engagement and classroom participation. There are many benefits of personalized learning. That means it helps to improve learning outcomes because students understand concepts more clearly. It also increases student motivation because learners feel that teaching is designed according to my needs and my abilities. That's why student will get satisfied. Another important benefit is better learn satisfaction. So that's I am telling. Students can learn comfortably at their own pace. So overall, personalized learning makes education more effective, meaningful, and student friendly. Now let us move the role of AI in education. That's our main topic. What is the role of AI in education? We know that AI is playing an important role in supporting modern education and improving the teaching learning process. One major advantage of AI is learning analytics. AI can analyze student performance, track learning progress and identify strength and weakness of students. This helps teachers understand student needs and more clarity for the topic. AI also support intelligent tutoring systems, which works like virtual tutors. These systems can guide students step by step and provide explanations whenever needed. Another important use is automated assessment and feedback. AI can quickly evaluate quizzes. We know that all students need on-time feedback. So AI can quickly quizzes, assignments, and testers and provide instant feedback to students. This helps students understand mistakes and improve faster. AI also support adaptive learning systems based on student performance skills, tracking attendance or performance, and organizing student data, etc. This helps teachers save time and focus more for students according to their learning needs and ability. However, it is very important to remember that AI is only a supporting tool. It can improve and support education for guidance, motivation in the learning. So in the previous slide, we analyzed what is personalized learning, then what is the role of AI in education. Now we combine with AI-driven personalized learning. With the help of AI, learning becomes more personalized, flexible, and effective. That is, AI helps to create customized learning experience where each student receives learning content and support based on their individual needs and learning level. Instead of following the same learning path, students can have adaptive learning pathways that change according to their progress and understanding. Here, the AI systems can continuously monitor student performance and provide recommendations based on their learning progress. For example, if a student is struggling with a topic, maths, the system can suggest additional study materials, videos, or simpler explanations to help them understand better. This also supports data-driven teaching decisions, where teachers can make a better decision using actual student performance and data instead of assumption. Because sometimes we need to conclude this student is average student, or this student is very bad student. So we need to add some additional topics to them. So AI will support, AI will can help for this decision. Another important advantage is predictive analysis of learner behavior. That is, AI systems can identify possible learning difficulties at an early stage, and it will help teachers to provide support at the right time for that student. There are many practical examples of AI-driven personalized learning today. AI-powered learning management system can track student progress and manage learning activities effectively. Smart recommendation systems can suggest suitable learning resources based on student interest and performance. Then predictive analytics helps identify students who may need extra support and helps to improve their learning outcomes. We also have smart learning environments and educational chatbots and provide instant guidance and support the student anytime. Overall, AI-driven personalized learning create a more intelligent, adaptive, and student-centered learning environment, which improves student engagement and learning outcomes in very much improved in future. Now let us look at some innovative teaching strategies used in modern classrooms. These strategies combine AI-based approaches with effective teaching methods to create more engaging and student-centered learning experience. We currently know about that, what is student-centered learning experience. So first we have personalized learning pathways. Here students follow learning paths based on their individual needs, abilities, and progress. Along with this, we can use adaptive learning systems. It can automatically adjust the content and difficulty level according to the student performance, every student's performance. So, AI-assisted teaching also support teachers in activities like content delivery, assessment, and providing feedback. Then, similarly, intelligent tutoring system work like virtual tutors, it guiding students step by step and helping them to understand concept more clearly. Another important strategy, automated assessment and feedback. AI can quickly evaluate assignments and quizzes and provide immediate feedback to students, it helping them to improve continuously. Then learning analytics also plays an important role by tracking student progress and it helping teachers to make better teaching decisions based on student data. Apart from AI-based approaches, there are several modern teaching methods. One example is flipped classroom approach, where students learn basic concepts at the home and classroom time is used for discussion activities and problem solving, etc. Next one is collaborative and peer learning. It encourages students to work together, share their ideas and learn from each other. Another one is micro learning technique. It provides content in small and focused units, which helps to maintain the attention of modern learners. Next one is problem-based learning. It focuses on solving real world problems, helping students improve critical thinking and practical skills. Finally, outcome-based teaching focuses on more on achieving specific learning outcomes and skills rather than only completing the syllabus. Overall, these strategies make learning more interactive, flexible, and meaningful. So today, teaching is not just about delivering content, but about creating effective and engaging learning experience for students. To improve student engagement, we need to use more interactive teaching approaches in our classrooms. We identify the need and reason, and we need some innovative techniques, etc. So, if we observe today's students, many of them have a shorter attention span. I already discussed about it earlier. And compared to previous generations, that means compared to previous generations, nowadays students have shorter attention span. Because of this, it may be difficult to keep them fully engaged through traditional lecture methods alone. This clearly shows that traditional teaching methods may not always be enough to maintain student interest enter the class, throughout the class. Learning becomes much more effective when it is interactive, enjoyable, and participative. When students actively participate in the learning process, they understand concept better and they will be more interested in the class. So, student engagement is a direct impact on learning outcomes. Student engagement has a direct impact on learning outcome. The more engaged students, they can learn more and remember more information than less engaged students. So, to improve engagement and participation, teachers need to adopt teaching approaches that make learning more interactive, motivating, and enjoyable. One such effective approach is gamification, which we will discuss in the next slide. Now let us understand what is gamification means in education. Gamification means using game elements in the teaching and learning process to improve student motivation and participation and engagement. It is not about playing games in the classroom, but about using game-like features to make learning more interesting and interactive. Some common game elements used in the education are points, badges, leaderboards, levels, rewards, etc. These individually, I will explain. Points help students track their progress and performance. Badges are used to recognize achievements and encourages. Then leaderboards means create healthy sense of competition, which can motivate students to participate more actively. Then levels and rewards give students a feel of progress and achievement, helping them to stay interested and engaged in learning. Because of these game elements, students become more involved and active in classroom. As a result, gamification improves student motivation, participation, and engagement. It also helps students remember concept better because they learn actively rather than just listening passively. At the same time, there are some challenges in using gamification. If it is not designed properly, students may focus more on competition and rewards instead of actual learning. Also, some students may not feel comfortable in highly competitive environments. So, it is important to use gamification carefully and in a balanced way so that it supports learning objectives and it also improves the overall learning experience. Now let us look at some practical tools that can be used for gamification in classrooms. These tools more interactive, engaging for students. One popular tool is Mentimeter, which allows teachers to conduct live polls, quizzes, and word clouds during a session. It will be very useful for collecting instant responses and feedback from the students. Another useful tool is Slido. I like it very much in the classrooms, which support live QA sessions, polls, and quizzes. This helps increase student interaction during classes and presentations. We also have Kahoot, which is widely used for quiz-based gamified learning. It creates a fun and a competitive environment where students actively participate and enjoy learning. Similarly, one is quizzes. It allows students to attend self-paced quizzes, it making it useful for both classroom learning and online learning environments. These tools are simple to use and can be easily included in regular teaching practices. By using such gamification tools, teachers can make classrooms more engaging, interactive, and enjoyable, which ultimately improves student participation and learning experience. Let us look some real world examples for better understanding of how these ideas used in real education. One popular example is Duolingo. It is a language training application. We can download it from Play Store. It uses AI-based methods to provide personalized language learning experience. The system adjusts exercises according to student performances and learning progress, so it makes learning more effective and interactive. I think in that Duolingo there are lots of languages. Other than English, lots of languages are there. We can easily learn the language. Another example is Dreambox, which is mainly used for mathematics learning. It continuously analyzes student response and provide personalized support based on individual understanding and progress. We also have Khan Academy, which uses AI-driven recommendations to suggest suitable learning materials and exercises for students. It tracks student performance and it guides learners through appropriate topics step by step. These examples clearly show that AI and personalized learning are already being used successfully in education today. So, in modern classrooms, maintaining student engagement is very important for engaging students. Now, let us discuss some engagement strategies that can make learning more interactive and effective for students. One simple and effective method is interactive quizzes and polls. I already told about that Slido. It is a best tool for quizzes. It helps teachers check student understanding and we can keep student attention during the session. Another useful approach is story-based learning. Here, concepts are explained using real-life examples or short stories. They like it. Some students some students need cricket. Some students like football. So we need to tell both type of stories. So that's why students learn the concept very easily. This makes learning more interesting and easier to understand. Providing real-time feedback is very important. When students receive immediate feedback, they can quickly understand their mistake and improve their learning. Then activity-based learning encourages students to learn by doing activities, experiments, or practical tasks. Then this helps students understand concept more clearly and easily. Then collaborative tasks allow students to work together in groups, share ideas, and learn from each other. This also improves teamwork and communication skills. Multimedia learning uses videos, animations, images, and presentations to make classroom content more engaging and visually attractive. Gamified assessments such as quizzes and points, badges, rewards, it helps to increase student motivation and participation. And student discussions and peer learning also play an important role because students can share opinions, ask questions, and learn from different perspectives. Overall, these engagement strategies make classroom more interactive, dynamic, and student-centered, which leads to better participation and it also improving learning outcomes. In the context of all these educational changes, the role of teacher is also changing significantly. Today, teachers are no longer only content providers. Their role is becoming much broader and more important in the learning process. Teachers are now acting as facilitator, mentor, and guides for students. As facilitator, teachers help students explore ideas, participate actively, and learn independently rather than just listening to lectures. As mentors, teachers support, encourage, and motivate students throughout their entire journey. Teachers also act as guide by helping students to find the right instruction. Another role is learning designer. That means teachers need to plan effective learning experience using suitable teaching methods, activities, and digital tools. At the same time, teachers are also motivators who inspire students to stay engaged, confident, and focused on their goals. To perform these roles effectively, teachers also need continuous development and improvement. Without continuous development, we can't achieve this continuous learning for students. Continuous upskilling is very important because education and technology are changing rapidly. Teachers should also be rapidly adopt new technologies and use them effectively in teaching and learning. An innovative mindset is important for trying to new emotional intelligence also essential. That means because teachers are need to understand student emotions, learning needs, and challenges to create a positive classroom environment. Finally, adaptability. To change is very important. Since the educational system is continuously possible only when the teachers are also ready to transform and grow along with these changes. While modern education provides many opportunities and advantages, it also brings several disadvantages that need proper attention. One major challenge is resistance to change. Some teachers and institutions may feel I am comfortable with this method, that means in the traditional teaching method, and may hesitate to accept the new technology or innovative approaches. Another challenge is technology barriers. Not all institutions have access to good infrastructure, advanced tools, or stable internet connectivity. Next one is digital divide is also an important issue. Some students may not have equal access to mobile devices, laptops, or online learning resources, which can affect their learning opportunities. We also face attention management issues because modern learners can easily get distracted by social media, mobile phones, and other digital platforms. Then faculty training is another important challenge. Teachers need proper training and support to use technology effectively and apply innovative teaching methods in classrooms. There are also ethical concerns related to artificial intelligence, such as fairness, transparency, and how decisions are made by AI systems, etc. Data privacy and security are equally important because student information and learning data must be stored and used safely and responsibly. So, while adopting modern education approaches, we must also focus on overcoming these challenges to ensure effective learning for all students. Now let us look at the outcome of using innovative teaching strategies in classrooms. When these approaches are used effectively, one of the first improvement is increased student engagement. Students become more active, interested and involved in the learning process. This also leads to improved learning outcomes because students understand concept more clearly and perform better academically. Another important outcome is better classroom participation. More students will interested in discussion and activities, presentations, and collaborative learning tasks. We also achieve personalized learning experience where students can learn according to their own pace, ability, and learning style. These modern teaching approaches support skill-oriented education by helping students to develop skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, communication, etc. As a result, students become more confident and future ready to face real world challenges and career opportunities. At the same time, teaching effectiveness also improves because teachers can use better methods, digital tools, and data based insights to support student learning. So, overall, innovative teaching strategies create a more effective, student centered learning environment that benefit both students and teachers. Finally, the future classroom will focus more on meaningful learning experiences and student engagement rather than only content delivery. So, to conclude, education is changing very rapidly, and today we can clearly see major changes in the way of teaching and learning. Modern learners are different from previous generations, and they need more innovative, interactive, and flexible learning approaches to stay engaged and motivated. Personalized learning plays an important role in the transformation because it helps address the individual student's needs and improve student engagement and learning outcomes. At the same time, artificial intelligence supports education by improving teaching effectiveness through adaptive learning, learning analytics, and data driven support systems. However, even with all these technological advancements, teachers still remain the most important part of education. Teachers guide students, motivate them, support them, and inspire them throughout the learning process. So, real education transformation happens when innovative teaching strategies, personalized learning, AI, and effective teachers work together. Let me conclude with this thought. Technology can support education, but teachers are the ones who truly inspire learning. Thank you. If you have any queries,
Participants, if you have any queries, you may ask now. Ma'am, shall we conclude the session, ma'am? Ma'am? Ma'am, shall we conclude the session, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
Good evening, everyone. As we come to the end of this today's session, I consider it as a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Ms. S.R.Resmi ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of MCA, KMCT College of Engineering, Kozhikode, Kerala, for delivering such an informative and inspiring session. Your valuable insights on interdisciplinary AI innovation and digital transformation have greatly enriched your knowledge and understanding, ma'am. I extend heartfelt thanks to the Indian Society of Research and Development Professional (ISRDP) and SKRGC Academy for organizing this excellent faculty development program and create a meaningful platform for academic growth and collaborations. My sincere appreciation goes to all the coordinators, organizing teams, technical support staffs, and volunteers for their continuous effort and smoothness of the program. I would like to thank all the participants for their presence. We all forward to continue the participation in the upcoming session in this 7 days FDP program. Thank you once again to everyone. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.